Am I the asshole for telling my parents to pick between me and my sister for the holidays? I, 28M, am currently pretty much estranged from my family. I have a younger sister, 27F, Tori. When one of my friends Brendan, 28M, started dating Tori, I hated it at first but eventually I gained a best friend. They got married in 2018 and I was the best man. Brendan is now like my brother, we are that close. In 2020 Tori left Brendan for another guy. Reality TV type shit. My parents were incredibly upset, as was I. My sister moved in with the guy immediately. My parents knew I was pissed but had to support their daughter. I went NC with Tori and LC with my parents. In 2020 when Tori's second wedding happened, I didn't go. Me and my dad had it out over it. My mother tried playing peacekeeper for the family. My parents then started giving me the silent treatment. When 2020 holiday season came around it was the height of COVID. My parents said that I should just do my own thing this year. Because with me going out a lot, they didn't want me spreading diseases. My exact response was, if you are worried about catching diseases from other people, shouldn't you be more worried about Tori? I mean she's the one who likes to sleep around. Me and my dad had another fight especially due to his family over everything mantra. I hardly spoke to my family in 2021. My parents would send me text like, when you are ready to apologize, we'll be here type shit. I responded with a Bible verse about adultery and how they support it. I was berated again and we hardly spoke until October of 2021. Last year I was told we were doing Thanksgiving at Tori's place and if I wanted to come I needed to apologize to Tori and her husband. I laughed and ended up going to Brendan's family's. Where Brendan's mom posted me with her family on Facebook and tagged me with a quote about, family being those you choose. I never told her to post it. But my mom saw it and went apeshit. Asking for me to come over and talk and even commented on the post. So this year my plan is to go to Brendan's family again. My mom called and said she wanted to host this year. I asked if Tori and her husband would be there. She said of course they are family. I said, so was Brendan, but I saw how you treated him and me. So no thank you. Yesterday my dad called and said my mom is distraught and has been for years. She wants us all to get along, so I need to do the right thing. I said I'll come if my sister isn't invited. He said that he wouldn't do that to family. I said he did that to me for 2 years. He claimed I did it to myself. My mom is now saying it was my dad that has been the hardass about this the whole time. I said she should have divorced him then because I'm not putting up with his shit anymore. Either my sister isn't invited or I don't come. I've now had some extended family reach out and say my parents are upset and hurt. I said my parents were totally okay with not having me around for 2 years. Am I the asshole? Edit. For those responding and wondering. Yes, she did cheat. Brendan found the text. She never came clean or admitted it. Brendan was willing to forgive and work past it. She left in the middle of the night and moved in with the new guy. And took the house and he had to sell it. He had it before they married. So when I say being held accountable, I think she owes him money on top of everything else. Edit 2.0. For those commenting of the COVID 2020 thing. I went out like 3 times during it. Save the pearl clutch. My parents aren't even vaxxed. They simply used it as an excuse. They don't give a single shit about COVID. It was just an excuse to keep me away. Not a single mention of it other than that one weekend. Everybody sucks here. This is a poor excuse for everyone in the family to be estranged. Marriages break up for a variety of reasons. Your sister and Brendan know what happened in their relationship, not you and not your parents. You have taken your sister's divorce in a bizarrely personal way. Anyone coming to this thread in its hot state should take a look at all OP's comment responses. They are illuminating, perhaps not in the way he hoped. Am I the asshole for not returning my mom's ring? I, 28M, and my ex-girlfriend Mayla, 28F, were together for 7 years. Mayla was obsessed with marriage. She literally had a Pinterest full of wedding ideas for years. Around year 4 of our relationship she started outright saying that she wanted to be married and wanted to be proposed in this way or that way and basically making plans. I told her that I would think about it. While I loved her, I wasn't sure if marriage was for me. We had an argument and she made an ultimatum. Either I propose or we break up. I didn't make a decision and she broke up with me. I realized I wanted her in my life and I proposed. My mom gave me her engagement ring, which wasn't Mella's style or size, but she seemed happy. I started getting second thoughts and we got into a fight. Mela took off the ring and gave it back to me. We broke up and we went our separate ways. I took that as she was giving me the ring. Mela and my mom were close and she was invited to the wedding. Mela is getting married to Devin, 25M, who's apparently head over heels for her and bought her a $15,000 engagement ring. My mom wanted to wear her best jewelry for the wedding as it was a lavish event and asked for her ring back. I told her I wouldn't give her the engagement ring back as it was mine and I didn't want Mela to see the engagement ring that she was supposed to have since it would probably make her feel bad since she married the first guy who was there. My mom is upset. My family is calling me an asshole. My dad, who made the ring, said I was a selfish brat. I keep getting nasty emails from relatives about the situation. Am I the asshole? You are the asshole. She gave you her ring with a specific purpose in mind. Her ring is not yours if you didn't use it. Give it back. Your mother didn't give you that ring. She lent you a family heirloom for the express purpose of proposing. You should have returned the ring to her as soon as Mela returned it to you. You are the asshole for refusing to return your mother's ring to its rightful owner. Why do you care if Mela sees the ring? I'd just give it back and move on with life like everyone else. I'll say you are the asshole for this line. She married the first guy who was there. Am I the asshole for telling my coworker not to bring her child? I and my coworkers, mostly late 20 and early 30, all without children, decided to have early Christmas party just for our department next week. We planned to go to a pub around 7 p.m., get some beers and so on. We made a group chat and started to discuss where to go and what time. The regular. One of our coworkers is friend with coworker on maternity leave, so they add her to the chat too. She was happy to come and told us she will attend with her son who is currently 5 months. I told her that I don't think it's good idea to take him with her since we really probably gonna be loud and drinking and he's gonna be crying and it's also kinda late. She told me it's fine and that she is taking him everywhere with her. She even took him to her husband's conference where he has presentation and he didn't cry much. Others joined me and told her that it's not the best environment for child and if she does not have babysitter we can change to more suitable day. But she said she does not want to be separated from her baby and called us assholes. The only person who took her side was her friend. So are we the assholes? Edit. Nobody start conversation without her or left her out. The girl who started the chat didn't have her phone number so the friend of hers added her. We intended to invite her all along. Also I am on friendly terms with her. I like her. We re-work friends I would say. Not hanging out outside of work but before she gave birth we usually took lunches together and went for few conferences together and it was fine and fun. Edit 2. English isn't my first language so excuse my mistakes. I am not in US, UK or Australia. We live in Europe. I would also appreciate if people would keep their nasty messages for themselves. Telling me they hope I will kill myself or that I will lose my baby is really fucked up. So calm down. In Ta. I hate when people want to drag their baby everywhere. Not everything is a kid event. Sometimes we want not baby events. Okay, let me get this straight. You guys are all going to a pub? The coworker wants to bring a child of 5 months to a pub? A pub that has alcohol? A pub that has loud noises, random people and games like pool and darts? A pub where there might be smoking and people hitting on other people? A pub that usually doesn't let anyone that is not of legal drinking age to come in? A pub which would have nothing suitable for children. That kind of pub is where the coworker wants to bring a 5-month-old child. I have no idea how much I can say not the asshole. Am I the asshole for resenting my parents for not giving me my own bedroom growing up? My parents are upper middle class Americans. They settled down in a nice neighborhood on the outskirts of a city. They specifically chose the apartment they purchased because it had a really nice view. The apartment was a 1-bedroom space. They converted the dining room to be my bedroom. It had a see-through sliding door that connected to the kitchen. It was about a fifth of the size of their bedroom and did not have a closet. Recently we were talking and I told them that it was clear that they valued a view over my privacy. They got offended and said I was being ungrateful. If they were unable to provide me with my own bedroom I wouldn't be resentful. I am upset because they made an active choice to have a nice view instead of giving me a bedroom. Our building was one of the most expensive in the area. They could have easily moved to a cheaper apartment with 2 bedrooms. They say that I grew up privileged and shouldn't complain since other people had it much worse. Am I the asshole and an ungrateful child? Edit yes, they could 100% have afforded a nice apartment in the same area that had 2 bedrooms. Living there was and is their choice. Also, I moved out when I was 17 and we have a very good relationship now. We had a disagreement about how they gave me everything, and that made me want to post this here to get other people's opinions. Not the asshole. A dining room is not a bedroom, and since it was an apartment, I'm guessing it was basically a box. They literally chose a nice view over their child. I would be resentful too. I slept on a couch most of my childhood. Not the asshole. Jesus Christ, these comments. My mom hit me when I was a kid. She was abusive in many ways. Did she beat me black and blue? No. Did she kick me out? No. Was she still abusive? Yes. Things are not black and white. Just because they had a roof over their heads doesn't mean they can't be upset that their room was essentially a fish tank that their parents could look into whenever they please, since Op said they weren't able to put up curtains. Everyone saying, "You're ungrateful. I had to live in a box with my 20 siblings" is fucking annoying. Just because you had it worse, doesn't mean people can't still be upset about a less than desirable situation. Good Lord.